Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. If there's one thing that's been buzzing around the NFL lately, it's the potential blockbuster trade that could shake up the entire NFC East, and honestly, the entire league. Rumors are swirling that the Houston Texans might be willing to part ways with their young star quarterback, C.J. Stroud, in a move that could dramatically shift the balance of power in the NFC. And as Giants fans, we have to pay close attention because if this trade happens, it could transform our team's future in ways many of us are dreaming about. Now, the whispers from league insiders suggest that the Texans, who are currently sitting at a 5-5 record, are pivoting toward a rebuild. They've been struggling offensively, averaging just 22 points per game, and are now making moves that seem to prioritize future assets over immediate success. Houston, with a hefty cap space of around $266 million, is clearly looking ahead to 2026, focusing on building a young, competitive roster rather than chasing a playoff push this season. And that's where the Giants come into the picture. The possible trade scenario. It's not just your run-of-the-mill exchange. Reports indicate that the Giants could be acquiring C.J. Stroud in a deal that involves 2 first-round picks and a conditional pick. That's a hefty price, no doubt, but for Giants fans, it's potentially a game-changer. Stroud, only 24, already shows the kind of precision and poise that NFL analysts and fans alike have been raving about. He's a quarterback with elite potential, and bringing him into the Giants' offense could be exactly what we need to take that next step toward postseason glory and maybe even beyond. Let's talk about what Stroud brings to the table. The stats don't lie. In 2025, he's been shining in just 8 games, completing 66. 5% of his passes for 702 yards, averaging over 212 yards per game, with an impressive 11 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. His quarterback rating sits at 93.4, reflecting his ability to make smart decisions under pressure. And here's the kicker. His EPA per pass is plus 0.25 and he's rated at 87.4 by PFF in play-action situations. That's a sign of a quarterback who can not only throw accurately, but also elevate the entire offense when the play action is involved, which is something we desperately need given our recent struggles. What makes Stroud even more intriguing is his career trajectory. Over his time in Houston, he's thrown for over 200 yards and 34 touchdowns, with just 12 interceptions, maintaining a solid 95.2 career passer rating. His breakout season this year has been nothing short of remarkable, especially considering he dealt with a shoulder injury earlier in the year. Despite that, he's managed to rack up more than 100 yards passing and is showing consistency that reminds many of the league's top-tier quarterbacks. His ability to dissect defenses with surgical precision and his calmness under pressure make him a perfect fit for a Giants team that's been searching for stability at the QB position. Now, why would Houston even consider trading Stroud? Well, the Texans are in a unique position right now. They're sitting at a 5-5 record, but their offense has hit a plateau, and with a cap space of around $266 million, they're facing the reality of extending contracts for key players like Nico Collins. However, their current strategy seems to be more about shedding some of their star players, like Collins, who has a $20 million hit, and acquiring draft capital that can help them rebuild from the ground up. The Texans are reportedly prioritizing 2026 over trying to chase a playoff spot this season, which is a clear signal that they're looking to develop young talent and accumulate assets for the long term. From the Giants' perspective, acquiring Stroud would be nothing short of transformative. Our record this season is 2-9, and the offense has been hampered by injuries and inconsistency. Adding a quarterback of Stroud's caliber would inject a much-needed spark into our attack. Imagine what he could do with our talented, but sometimes underperforming, receivers and offensive line. His ability to throw for an additional 30 yards the rest of the season, with a projected 20% increase in EPA per pass, could elevate our offense from near the bottom of the league to a much more competitive level. The impact on our offensive efficiency would be huge. Currently, our third down conversion rate sits around 45%, which isn't terrible but leaves a lot of points on the field. With Stroud, we could see that number jump close to 48%, creating more sustained drives and giving our defense more rest and opportunities to make stops, especially against teams like the Eagles, who have a secondary that's been exposed at times. Having a quarterback who can create mismatches and deliver accurate throws on third down could be the key to turning close games into wins. And let's not forget the potential playoff implications. If we manage to land Stroud, our Super Bowl odds could see a dramatic shift. According to recent betting lines, the Giants are currently at plus 50-0 to win the Super Bowl, which is pretty long odds. But with Stroud in the fold, those odds could improve to around plus 8-0, making us more realistic contenders. His presence as a playoff X-factor, especially in the cold at MetLife, could turn the tides in our favor. Think about the last-minute drives, the clutch throws. Stroud's calmness and accuracy could be just what we need to pull off some upset wins and make a real run deep into January. Of course, this kind of move isn't without its risks. The Giants would be giving up significant draft capital, and there's always the question of how quickly a rookie quarterback can adapt to the NFL's speed and complexity. But considering we've been missing consistency at the position, and our offense has been hamstrung by injuries and lack of a true field general, adding a player like Stroud could be the shot in the arm we need. Especially since his cap hit for 2025 is just around $36 million, meaning that restructuring or extending him could be feasible without breaking the bank, freeing up more resources to bolster our defense and other key areas. And speaking of defense, imagine how much more manageable the game becomes when our offense sustains longer drives and controls the clock better. Our defense has had its moments, but often gets worn down because they're on the field too much. More possessions, more points. These are the kinds of things that a young, talented quarterback like Stroud can bring. His ability to generate more first downs and keep the chains moving will help us improve our points per game, which currently hovers around 21.5, but could see a significant boost to 27 or higher with the right game plan and a quarterback who can execute it flawlessly. Looking ahead, if the Giants pull off this move, it could be a game changer not only for this season, but for the future of the franchise. The long-term outlook is bright if we develop Stroud properly, and his presence could elevate our entire roster. Young players like Evan Neal, who's been battling injuries, would benefit from having a stable, confident leader under center. The entire team would breathe new life, and the hope of a deep playoff run would become more than just a dream. Now, let's talk about the big picture. The Super Bowl odds for the Giants could shift from long shots to serious contenders. Imagine a scenario where Stroud's arm and leadership guide us through the NFC playoff picture, culminating in a shot at the Lombardi Trophy. It's ambitious, sure, but not impossible. The NFC is wide open this year, and with a quarterback of Stroud's caliber, we could turn our fortunes around faster than anyone expected. The Eagles, Cowboys, and 49ers are formidable, but if we add a quarterback like Stroud, we could see matchups that favor our style of play, especially in cold weather games at MetLife. To wrap it all up, this potential trade isn't just a rumor. It's a strategic move that could redefine the trajectory of the Giants. It's about making a bold statement, showing that we're serious about competing at the highest level, and finally giving our fans something to truly believe in again. It's a gamble, yes, but one that could pay off in a big way if executed correctly. The Giants have historically been a team that's not afraid to take risks when the stakes are high, and this could be one of those moments that fans will talk about for years to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what do you think, Giants fans? Is this the move that finally pushes us over the edge? Do we pull the trigger on a trade for CJ Stroud and turn our season and possibly our future around? I want to hear your thoughts. Drop your comments below and let's discuss. Do you believe Stroud can be the missing piece, the game changer who leads us back to the promised land? And remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Giants news. The road to another Super Bowl might just have a new chapter, and it could be starting with this bold move. Keep the faith, stay loud, and let's go Giants.